This is such an exciting time for us. You know, we've been waiting, for a year or two for a long period of time. But with our excitement, you have to kind of, look at what's happening in the world too. And of course, most of you know I'm from Texas, so I have a lot of relatives down there, and you pay close attention to what's going on down there. And you have to just pray and just do what you can to try to help. I mean, people that are in a tough situation. As I said, I have relatives down there, and we try to keep communicating with them as much as possible. But again, whatever you can do, if it's just prayer, fine. If you can donate money, that would be good too. Anything we can do to help, people that need help as much as anything. Where we are right now, as I said, it's an exciting time for us here. Training camp each year seems like it flies by quickly. Gotten a lot of work done. We knew going into the season, to training camp, we would have a young ball club, a lot of young players, even though they've been working out with us in the summer, but to get them on the football field and start teaching them how we do things, how we're going to win games, letting them know their role. It's been fun to watch, see improvement from day one, all the way up until Saturday when we had our last mock game, getting ready for the football season. We have a starting rotation, and after you go through training camp, you have an idea of who that would be. We do. Some of the things are fairly obvious. Chase Crouch, being our quarterback, leading our team. Kendrick Foster being our running back. Nick Allegretti, Chris Dellario, those guys, anchoring our offensive line. Trey Watson on the defensive side. So that part is, it's easy to kind of know what direction we're going with it. But with the new year, there are new guys that we're going to ask to step up and play prominent roles for us on both sides of the football. Blake Hayes, new punter we'll have. Again, you can't wait to get to the game as much as anything. Practice can only teach you so much. We have a couple of injuries. We've had a couple of injuries. Jalen Dunlap hasn't been able to practice with our football team. He's still, making progress with that. Reggie Corbin hasn't been able to practice with our team an awful lot. So we have some injuries like most people do, but we have more than enough to feel good about us going into this football season. Besides that, again, looking forward to playing Ball State this week. But it's more, as you get to the first game of the season, it's more about you. Because you never know for sure what Ball State will do. They have a history. We all have a history. But you never know until you play that game. I love opening up the season at home. Last year, our students weren't here. They came in after our first game. This year, they are here. So there's a lot of excitement on campus. Hope to, of course, bring that excitement to the stadium this week. Take your question.
With Jalen and Reggie out, who's got to step up?
Well, a few guys. Talking Reggie first, of course, Kendrick Foster is our starter, the tailback position, but young players have really stepped up. Talking about Mike Epstein, Rayvon Bonner, guys have had outstanding training camp so far. Talented players that just need to play. And Jalen Dunlap, Cam Watkins, new young players too. Tony Adams, Nate Hobbs, of course Frank Sumter, Evan Jones, a lot of players you don't know an awful lot about right now, but guys that have been practicing, and of course we've had a chance to see what they can do.
Is Nate Hobbs good to go?
Nate is back with us. He's missed, majority of training camp. So he's got to get in shape, but he's stayed in the game mentally. But physically, he's great shape, good to go.
Do you expect Reggie and Jalen to play on Saturday?
I don't know. I need to get to practice this week to see. Can't rely on many guys that haven't practiced much in training camp. So right now, we've been going without them. If they can play, once they're ready to go, we'll put them out there.
What do you expect from Mikey Dudek this week?
Should have talked to about Mike a little bit. Long time coming for him. What do we expect from him? We're trying to score touchdowns. We want to be productive on the offensive side of the ball. Mike has had a good camp. We've taken our time with him, slowly working him into it. but at the end of training camp, he's doing pretty much what everybody else was. He's healthy, excited to go. Think about having to sit and watch 2 years. So couldn't be happier for anybody else on the team, more so than I am for Mike, to have an opportunity to play.
How important do you think first catch will be for him?
Well, I think first catch, first play. Catch is important, but I say first play. And for Mike, I mean, hopefully he didn't hyperventilate anything in pregame warm-up. I mean, there's a lot of emotion going into that. But again, his knee is strong. And Mike's a good football player. I think he's a good football player. You can't wait to compete. He's a competitor, and we're a better football team with him.
Kind of back to the cornerbacks, before camp started, you said that was a position you were maybe looking at, one of them the most. With Jalen not playing, did that give you more clarity because you saw a lot of the other guys, or did it add some questions because the one guy you're maybe kind of counting on wasn't out?
Well, we had, as you mentioned, we had questions coming in. So the more reps you can get for the guys that are a question mark, the better off it's going to make our football team. We know what Jalen Dunlap could do. He's our one corner, and he'll eventually will be out there. But we have gotten a chance. A lot of young players. And that's what we try to tell our team as a whole. Complain if you're not getting reps, if you're not getting an opportunity to prove who you are. Our corners have gotten a chance to prove who they are. And we've had a great chance to see them in a lot of different situations. Just think, with 5 weeks, that's a grind. So we've, kind of seen some of the good and a little of the bad of who everybody is on our football team.
Lovie, do you have an I'm sure you do, but do you know which freshmen will play and which freshmen won't play?
Absolutely. I'm going to go over that right now. First, I'm not trying to run around your question, Jeremy, but yes, we do. We have a good idea. Guys have, once you let guys play again, they tell you who should start, who should get playing time, who you should count on before the first game. So when you get to the first game, and then things will really clear up. We haven't, training camp, nowadays aren't built around a lot of hard tackling and scrimmaging and things like that. But for what we've asked the guys to do, yes, we know how the starting rotation should begin.
As a defensive guy, your offense this year with Chase Crouch manning it, how is it a different challenge, or how more of a challenge to defend if you're scheming for you guys now as opposed to last year?
Well, I think as a general rule, if you're just talking to defensive coaches in general, they would rather play a quarterback that's in the pocket most of the time. Once you bring in that extra guy, a quarterback that can run the football, it's a totally different animal now. And we have that with Chase Crouch. I mean, of course, we like what he can do throwing the football, but if that breaks down, we can have production from his leg. And as a defensive guy, to have to account for another man, it makes it hard. But that's college football. Probably at least 10 of the teams we're going to play, you would say that they have a mobile quarterback that can throw, that can beat you running the ball too.
He seems to bring an edge too. I mean, he'll talk trash and stuff. I mean, how important is that?
Well, we don't talk to him an awful lot about talking trash, but the edge to him, yes. First off, Chase, once you get yards, get down. And when you score, get the ball to the official. Some things like that. But when he played last year, instant energy. Team had a lot of faith in me. He was productive when he played last year. So we have to go on what he's done right now. And I like, from day one, Chase is our guy. Really love him being our quarterback. And he's going to have an outstanding year.
Lovie, I know that your offensive line was a little banged up during training camp. How's it look week one heading into the season against Ball
We're
State?
healthier. We have had a couple of injuries, but I wouldn't say any more than anybody else has. Feel like we're going to have our group, ready to go. So whatever's happened in the past just gave us an opportunity to look at another guy. Our young players have all gotten a chance to prove who they are, whether it be Larry, Alex, whoever, some of our freshmen that'll have a big role in what we do on offensive line this year.
Lovie, what did you see from Blake Hayes during training camp as he punted the ball?
A strong leg, This is all, it's kind of, we've kind of grown up with football. It's been kind of neat being around a guy that hasn't. We had a mock game Saturday here, and band, cheer squads were all there. And he just talked to him this morning. He just loved that. I said, well, you're going to really love it this week. But he has a strong leg. He's been kicking the ball for a long period of time. And he has he has a variety of kicks that he can make. So, again, he's our punter, and he's going to have a long career for us here.
Lovie, since it's week one, do you do a little less scouting against Ball States that you don't do? Is it more about installing your own schemes in week one than it is scouting another team?
Absolutely. But it should be that way always, because my time in sports, I think, is more about what you do or what you don't do well. Take care of yourself as much as anything. So, and you have to do that, not knowing what an opponent, there's no history on what they're going to be like this year. So, yes, we spent the majority of our time, but last week we went into a different mode where we game planned, our non-conference opponents. Of course, Ball State was quite a bit of that. And, of course, it's all Ball State this week. So we're going to cover the waterfront as much as anything. And as coaches, who you are, doesn't matter where you are. You don't change, but just move into a different job. So I feel like, they feel like they know us. Of course, we feel like we know what they're going to do against us.
Part of that, well, do you have much relationship with Mike New from your times in the NFL?
No, not much of a relationship. I know who Mike is. I know about his relationship or his time with the Saints. He's a good football coach. I mean, when you're a good football coach, word gets around a little bit, but we don't have a long history together, anything like that, or competing against each other, I should say. So this is the first of many. Looking forward to it. We really are excited about the football season. Excited about starting the season out here, and we're going to put a good product on the football field eventually. We're going to play a lot of young players, and with a lot of young players, that can be a good thing. So can't wait to see you then.
Before you just check the phone line, do we have any questions from the phone lines for Coach Smith?
Yeah, I have a couple. This is Shannon. I wanted to touch on what you said about Houston in the beginning. Just wondering, how is your family there? Did they get out, and just, what kind of communication have you had, and maybe kind of how this personally, affects you?
Well, yes, we don't, and again, it's kind of fluid situation right now.
Right.
The relatives we're communicating with are okay, to answer your question, and some are still there. Don't feel like they're in danger, but things can change a little bit. But from this time, there's a lot of people you kind of know that you haven't been able to get a hold of. So I'm watching it closely like everybody else. And when you're here, you can't do an awful lot except pray and hope. And so we're doing a lot of that.
And you've got some players from that area too. How are they doing? Their families?
Same thing, same situation, yes. Chris James from the Golden Triangle area a little bit. Our information right now, everybody that we know is doing okay. But again, no one really knows an awful lot right now.
Yeah, okay, I'll be thinking of your family. I also had a question just about the young players. You said there can be some good when you have a lot of young players. Can you touch on what those benefits are that you see when you have a lot of young players?
Well, when you're transitioning, and you're in the initial stage of building your program back up, the reason why you're in this situation, you needed to improve some things. And first step is recruiting. Doing a better job of recruiting. We like the class that we signed, and now we've had a chance to see them. And everybody has to have a starting spot, first game and all that. And we just feel like we have some guys that are ready to take that step. They stepped in right away with us. And to me, I've never really been much. Yeah, you like to have a bunch of guys that have played an awful lot, but it's the best guy. And then for us, our best players would be, a lot of our younger players, and we're going to let them go immediately.
And also, I want to ask the last thing for me on Kendrick Foster. Obviously, he did a lot to prove himself last year. Just wonder, and you've mentioned him today, but, what you're expecting out of him and just even getting all that experience last year, what that does for him going into this year.
Expectations for him, last year, look at how he started the football season off. I mean, with the bang, and with just a steady player throughout. And when you have that type of year, you expect him more. So that's what he's moved more into a leadership role too. By his play, how he's worked. He's worked extremely hard to have an outstanding last year for the University of Illinois, and can't wait to let him go.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
All right. Take care, Shannon.
Okay, anything else here in the room for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.